This is your no bullshit guide on how to buy your first car. If you're new around here, my name is Junie, aka Junie Shy, and I'm gonna go over how to purchase your first car. If you or anyone you know is looking to finally purchase their first vehicle, you saved up enough money, or you got daddy's money on hand, or whatever the fuck, I'm gonna go over how to purchase your first car. Now, this is going for people who are mostly paying with cash and are looking to buy used. Not everyone, has the blessing to be able to get a brand new car straight out of the dealership, with daddy's money. So this is going to aim towards more like Facebook Marketplace, or if you see your neighbor is selling a car that you're interested in or whatnot, this is the video for you. This video is going to be compiled into 3 sections. Section 1 is going to cover title and insurance. Section 2 is going to cover general tips, red flags, what to look for when you're actually going out buying the car. Section 3 is going to be a bunch of miscellaneous tips and little things that I wish somebody told me. Section 1, title and insurance. Before we start looking at a car and whatnot, we need to know what a title is. So a title is literally just a piece of paper that says who owns the car, how many miles are on it, make and model, year, identification number, aka VIN number, etc. It's also going to show how many people have owned the car before you. Every single state is going to have a different looking title. The title that you are seeing on screen right now is a New Jersey title, and this is just the best, example that I can provide since I'm from New Jersey. Now it's time that you have the talk with your parents or whoever to find out whose name is going to be on the title and whether or not you're going to have your own insurance plan, or if you're going to be under your mom's or your dad's or whoever. New drivers will typically be charged the arm and a leg just because they are considered new and you have no driving experience. Regardless of whether or not you got a special learner's permit or whatever, and you started driving at 16, 17, depending what state you're in, then the DMV will still look at you as a new driver because technically you haven't had a car registered in your name. So now that we're done with that and you figured out whose name is going to be on the car, you're going to have your own insurance or you're going to be put on a family member's insurance or whatnot, now it's time we move on to Section 2. Section 2, general tips, red flags, and what to look for when buying a car. Number 1, don't go alone. I don't care how tough you think you are, how big you are, whatever the hell. Just go with somebody else, especially if you are a female as well. Please do not go alone to go look at a car. People are weird. People are creepy. And people sometimes kidnap people, to go look at a car. And you don't want to be a part of that. At the end of the day, you are meeting up with a stranger and you don't know what they are capable of or what their intentions are. So just don't go alone. One red flag that you can look for is if the person does not put a lot of details in the description for the car listing. If, you're looking at on Facebook Marketplace or wherever, if there isn't at least, the title status mentioned or how many miles the car has, or anything in that regard, it's literally just a picture of the car and the pricing. I wouldn't really waste too much time on it. These people do like to waste your time and just, get the best price that they can. They don't really, them not putting effort into the listing shows that, they're probably not even really looking to sell the car. They just want to know how much they can get for it. Don't meet up with somebody that's not in a public location. If you are going to their house and their house looks abandoned, ran down, or whatever, or there's not a person outside waiting to greet you or anything in that regard, do not waste your time. This could be a safety hazard. I'm just trying to keep you guys alive. Just make sure that you meet up with that person in a public location, preferably like a parking lot or something. Let's say you meet up with somebody that's actually normal. Okay, now we're looking at the car. What do you want to look for in the car? First thing that I look for is dents, parts that seem out of place, misaligned, scratches, check the windshield, make sure the windshield is not cracked, test all the lights, make sure that every single light works on the car, from turn signals to the hazard lights to the brake lights, reverse lights, everything. Speaking of lights, make sure there's no lights on the dash. If there is a check engine light, ABS light, or some other fucking light going on in there and it looks like a Christmas light show, don't even bother wasting your time. These people are just here to waste your time. They probably cleared the codes or something in the listing and it looked fine. And then you get there in person and the car has all these lights on the dash. Don't bother wasting your time. What we are looking for is a clean title since it's easier to register and insure, decent mileage. I'll let you be the interpreter for that because everyone has their own opinion of what decent mileage is. Me, I personally see a car as if it's got 120,000 to 100,000 miles, that is fine. You know, when you're buying used, anything more than that, you're kind of pushing it. Depending on what the brand as well. If it's a BMW or Audi, just stay the fuck away from it. If it's a Honda or Toyota, you know, them shits will literally last you up until 300K. So, you know, on the stock motor and transmission. So, you know, that's up to you. And the third thing is we are looking for a car that does not have a lot of damage, you know, not a lot of scratches. Because when you buy used, you can't expect top notch. You know, that's the difference between you buying used and brand new. So, yeah, that's what we are looking for. Another red flag that you can look for is if you ask the guy or whoever's selling the car if they have the title on hand, so that way you can, you know, take a look at the title. If they act suspicious or weird or they have just a very abnormal reaction to that, then that is a big red flag. Because typically when someone's trying to, you know, purchase a car, I want to look at the title to confirm that, one, the status is clean. I can see how many owners have been on the title because we're going to look at the title regardless. Once I bring the cash, let's say you didn't bring the cash on you and you wanted to just take a look at the car first, and then you can arrange a date to, you know, actually do the transaction. I like to look at the title just to confirm that what they're saying is true. You can do that. You can do it that way, or you can do it your own way. But this is how I like to approach buying a car, especially used. When looking at a title, look at the title status. If there isn't a letter under the status, then typically it's clean and that's what you want, green flag. If you see an R or an S, I wouldn't really waste my time, honestly. R means reconstructed. So a part was, you know, replaced, the car was hit, and, you know, you got another problem on your hands. Salvage being the absolute worst. The car was stolen, flooded, and it was brought back, you know, to the shape that you're looking at right now and it's functional. But yeah, they went through the paperwork and they got it salvaged so they can actually sell it. Now we're going to go over VIN numbers. So if you've been watching up to this point, thank you. But now this is the most crucial part of the video. So just pay attention to this section. All right. A VIN number is a 17 unique character code that is assigned to every car. There's one on the windshield and there's a bunch of hidden ones throughout the car. You can use this picture right here as a guide. Every single car is different. Just find them all. If all the VINs match, assuming that you've checked them all, then I would say this is a green flag. You know, we're on the right track. You can proceed with the transaction. I'd ask more questions and whatnot, but that's a good sign. If the VINs don't match, let's say one of them, like the one on the trunk, doesn't match with all the other ones, I would ask, you know, a question of, you know, to the person, just say, hey, what happened to the trunk? You know, did you get it replaced or did someone hit you or whatnot? Just see how they react. I like to throw this as a curveball because this will tell you everything that you need to know and whether if the person has been lying to you the whole time or not. But VINs are very important. Don't think that they're not important because you can get screwed over. You know, it can look like the car is all good, ready to go. But if one of them doesn't match, it's a red flag. I would really look into it. Now we're going to go on to section 3. This is just going to be little tips and things that I wish somebody told me. You do not need to file a Carfax for every single car that you look at. That can get costly, and I feel like if you just go based off of the tips and everything that I've told you in this video, then you can get a good grasp of what to look for when buying a car. You know, if you go with a friend as well, then you can have double the help as well. A Carfax can be useful, but I would only do it if you are looking into a car where you start spending more than $10,000 on, assuming you have the budget for that. If you buy a salvage title car, that car is not worth nowhere near what you think it is. I know this from experience. I purchased a car. It was a 2012 Honda Civic and it looked pretty damn cool because the guy did some mods to it and the car ran and everything. And it was like, you know, on coilovers and stuff. It was really cool. It was like my first car. This car had a salvage title and I thought that it was worth a lot more than it actually was. And I didn't know because on the title, there was an S. And on the title status, you know, my uncle showed me it and he told me, you know, this car isn't worth nowhere near what you think it is, you know, because it had 100,000 miles. So I was assuming that it would be worth about, you know, 7,500 to $8,000 or whatever at the time. You know, this was pre-COVID. And he gave me the hard truth. And yeah, I got screwed over. When test driving the vehicle, You drive that hoe like you own that hoe. I mean this. I don't care how aggressive you need to hit the brakes. Make sure that them motherfuckers work. Make sure all the lights work. You drive this car like it is the last time you will drive a car. You hear me? When you take that test drive, if something breaks on the test drive, that is not your fault. That just saved you X amount of money. I mean this. When you go on that test drive with whatever car, you drive that shit. You literally become fucking Baby Driver or Dominic Toretto and you drive that shit, okay? Now, don't be a fucking idiot and, crash or something, because then you're going to have another problem on your hands. But I'm just saying, drive the car. Don't be scared to hit the brakes, test the e-brake. This is going to be the car that you are going to drive for X amount of time with your hard-earned money. So get your money's worth, man. Make sure that this is, the car for you. So this is going to be the end of the video. If you watch the entire thing, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and, subscribe. This really will help out the channel and help me, put more videos out for you guys. I'm still new to this YouTube thing, but I really do see myself pursuing it in the future. So thank you guys for watching so much, and I'll come back with another video talking about, how shitty car insurance and health insurance is. Maybe I'm thinking about that. So have a good day.